Hi everyone, Crystal here for our Thursday meditation. I was attempting to be both on Zoom and on Facebook, but again, having some challenges. Um, Apologies, I checked in with Zoom and did not see anybody logged in there asking for permission to join via Zoom. So I'm going to just do this on Facebook and work out my technical difficulties, hopefully during the week before next Thursday's meditation. So this is just on Facebook right now, not on Zoom, and I apologize. But I'm happy to be back here at the Teal Center. Before we begin the meditation, I was just reflecting for a moment on something I was listening to earlier today. If you know Brene Brown, she's a wonderful teacher, coach, really with her knowledge in researching vulnerability and courage. An aspect of that is her research on trust. And I was listening to this 20-minute video that she did on trust. And trust is something that I have been practicing with for a long time. And how Brene Brown defined trust was basically taking something that is extremely important to you and making it vulnerable to the actions of someone else. So it's really, trust is when we feel comfortable enough to make ourselves vulnerable. And I agree with that, but I think that implies that I can truly be hurt by somebody. And I think there's a little bit of a misplaced, at least in my belief system, a misplaced assumption there. And this isn't scripted, and I really hadn't planned out what I was going to share. But to me, trust, I think, is everything to do with really self-trust. So opening yourself up to your own vulnerability and feeling for you the truth of who and what you are, and really accepting yourself fully and completely, like radical self-acceptance. When you really truly accept yourself and love yourself, then trust almost becomes irrelevant, right? I mean, because you're so strong in your center and in who you are, that so if somebody criticizes you or somebody betrays you, you actually know that you cannot be betrayed, because you are this amazing divine light of an eternal existence having a temporary human experience, and everything is there for your learning and your expansion and your growth. So I throw that out there. Trust is something that I love to work with in meditation. Trust is this feeling of full and complete physical relaxation. Because when you are in a state of trust, you are in a state of absolute acceptance, and you're in a state of receptivity to yourself, to the world, to life energy, to the earth and nature. And it's a very strong place to be. So we're going to weave that in a little bit in today's meditation. So I encourage you to find your comfortable meditation position. I'm going to sit. You're welcome to lie down. It's also very nice. And just begin to breathe. And I invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already done so, although you are welcome to keep your eyes open. Just listening at first to the sound of my voice while you turn your awareness within, allowing your breath to begin to soften the body, allowing your exhale to begin to release any superficial tension that you might be holding on to. Allowing the belly to begin to fully expand with the in-breath, and to fall and release with the out-breath. Taking a few more breaths, feeling the breath move through your body, allowing the body to soften and relax just a little bit more. Allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Allowing the legs and the arms to release. Allowing the belly to soften. Bringing your awareness now to the contact points that you have with the floor or a chair or whatever surface you are on. Really feel into those contact points, almost like you're pushing yourself down a little bit more firmly. Really feel the ground underneath you. And allow the ground that is underneath you, whether it's a chair or the floor or a bed, to be a metaphor for the earth. And so as you begin to sink even more softly and deeply, you are allowing yourself to connect in with Mother Earth, sinking into her embrace, synchronizing a little bit more with her energy field, which is a much slower rhythm than we are accustomed to operating. And allowing your ground to deepen by visualizing an extension of your spinal cord descending down your back towards the sacrum, allowing that spinal cord to continue to grow like the root of a tree towards the earth, passing through the floor of the room you are in, passing through the foundation of the building you are in, until it sinks itself into those layers of sand and rock and clay, feeling the cool reception of the bedrock as your root anchors itself as deep into the earth as you feel comfortable with. And this doesn't take any effort or strain in the mind. Simply by setting our intention together to root into the earth and anchor ourselves there, it is done. As you breathe in now, you're breathing in up that root, the nourishment, strength, and wisdom of the earth into your body. And as you breathe out, that earth energy is grounding itself and supporting every cell in your body. As you breathe in, that energy travels right up that root into your sacral and root chakra areas, through the whole body. As you breathe out, grounding itself into the system. Taking a couple more breaths, softening and opening your cells to receiving this earth energy that's healing and supportive and strengthening, and breathing out and letting that infiltrate and comfort every organ, every bone, every muscle in your body. allowing your hips to feel very soft and secure and grounded, releasing any tension in the thighs or the shins or the calves or the feet. Moving on to the belly, letting the belly again soften a little bit more. Releasing the connective tissue in the abdomen. As all that fascia releases, the organs themselves have more space to relax and fall back gently towards the floor, resuming their natural motility in the abdomen, allowing the kidneys to drop back and the liver and the stomach. And as the stomach and the liver drop away from the diaphragm just slightly, you'll feel the diaphragm has more space to relax, loosen its grip on the rib cage, releasing any tension in the diaphragm. And as the diaphragm relaxes, our breath moves with even more ease into the belly. The lungs themselves feel more spacious as the diaphragm relaxes. Really release any tension in the lungs. Feel the spaciousness of the left and right lobes of the lung. And as the lung relaxes, the heart itself has more space, allowing the pericardium around the heart to relax. Releasing through the diaphragm also softens the heart as the diaphragm itself pushes up against the bottom of the heart. So the heart is able to feel much more soft, more spacious as you breathe gently through the heart space. Tuning into your heart space, allowing that space to expand and become even more spacious with your breath. And releasing even more that pericardium, that connective tissue layer that sits around the heart, which is there to protect it and keep it safe. But when we are going through stress or grief, loss, frustration, anger, that pericardium tends to tighten up just as a very natural defense mechanism. So allowing that armor to begin to soften and fall away as much as is comfortable for you. Tuning in to whatever it is that your heart has to tell you. Just ask your heart if it has any message for you today. Maybe it says to just stay calm and breathe. Maybe it tells you to take a walk and listen to the birds sing outside. Maybe it's telling you to just go to bed and sleep. Just listen for a moment about what your heart's intention is for you right now. Without any judgment or expectation, without any fear of what someone might think of what that intention is. None of that matters right now. Just listen and breathe. Allowing the throat and the neck to relax as the heart feels soft and spacious. Allowing the jaw and the cheeks, the tongue and the lips to all release and soften. Allowing the eyes to drop back slightly, releasing all those little muscles around the eyelids and the eyebrows. Releasing any tension in the forehead. And as we relax our eyes and soften through the eyes, our inner gaze can begin to soften as well. Our mind can begin to become more spacious, more present in what our body is experiencing right now, as we allow ourselves to soften and deepen, relaxing just a little more. Now, tuning in as we expand and become more vast in our mind, tuning into our midline. Our midline is an energetic center roughly corresponding to our spinal cord. It is the primary meridian or channel for energy or chi to move through our body. But it is also the vertical organizing principle for our physical form. And so by tuning into our midlines, we begin to access our body's innate ability to heal itself, helping to orient all the cells of our body around this midline. And to tune into the midline, you just simply feel where the brain stem descends from the brain, moving down as the spinal cord through the foramen magnum of all of the vertebrae, stacked one on top of each other. Feeling the spinal cord move through that foramen magnum all the way down the back. Towards the sacrum. And if you can hold the awareness as well, that midline is now traveling and rooted deep into the earth. So you can feel that connection from the sacrum up the spine, all the way through the neck, up through the crown of the head. And as you breathe, allow that midline that you are now in tune with to begin to glow a little bit more brightly. You can imagine this golden white light as this cord or this cable inside you, around which your whole biofield is flowing. The energy travels both up and down this vertical axis or this midline. So you might feel that energy flowing in from the earth up through the sacrum, all the way up through the belly, the chest, the throat, the center of your head, up through the crown and out through the crown. cascading around you in a toroidal shape. But you might also feel that energy coming down from the central sun, in through the crown, down through the neck, chest, the belly, and into the sacrum and down into the earth. Just tuning into that flow for you. You might feel one direction more strongly than the other. Allow your perception of that energy flow through your system, up or down through your midline, to grow a little bit clearer in your awareness. Tuning in now to the left and right sides of your body. Feeling the left side of your body distinct from the right on either side of that midline. You might notice one side feels a little bit further away from the midline, while the other feels closer. Or one side might feel a little lower than the other side. One side might feel a little more constricted or tight than the other. Just allowing your perception to rest without needing to change anything about your experience. Continuing to breathe, allowing the midline to grow even brighter in your awareness. Feeling your connection with the right and left sides of your body. Can you feel into the spaciousness of your form? Can you feel into the aliveness of your tissue? From the bottoms of your feet to the top of your head, to the tips of your fingers. Can you really include in your awareness the left and right sides of your body, all at the same time, allowing that midline to continue to orient and organize your physical form. Allowing that midline to be a conduit of renewed energy, vitality, and strength in your body. Feeling the spaciousness of every cell in your body. We are so much more space than we are matter. Within each of the trillions of atoms in our body, the space is so great, so vast. Allow yourself to tune into and soften into that spaciousness. Allow yourself to trust in this spaciousness. Allow yourself to trust into the light that you are, this midline, this glowing bright column of light flowing through you is just as much a part of you as every cell in your physical body. Relaxing into that truth. trusting in every moment that you are exactly where you need to be for your highest purpose and greatest potential. Allowing yourself to soften and open into a state of complete surrender. Knowing that we are all connected. The light that we represent is eternally in union with each other. Continuing to breathe and allow that midline and the spaciousness of your form and your connection with the earth and all that is. Continue to relax your whole body while we move into a few minutes of silence together. Thank you. Beginning to come back into your body by allowing the breath to deepen slightly, bringing your awareness back to the breath, feeling the rise and fall of the belly with the breath. Beginning to wake up your body by wiggling your toes and fingers. Maybe shrugging the shoulders or moving the neck left and right, up and down. Bringing your hands to your heart for a moment, just taking a breath into your heart, feeling that connection that we've established with our hearts during the meditation. Listening in is the most valuable thing we can do for ourselves every day, just tuning into our hearts, softening through the heart, and asking our hearts what it is that we need to do today. What is it? How is it we need to be today? Is a better way of saying that. Whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes, allowing the light of the day to return into your awareness. Thank you so much for joining. If you're interested, my friend Rena and I are hosting a Saturday morning, at 10 a.m. on Saturday, the second part of our Chrysalis Conversations for Personal Transformation on Zoom. You can register for it on our website by going to the event calendar and finding it there. I wish you all a joyful and peaceful day. I honor the divine in each of you. Thank you. Namaste.